When I was 15, I was a very shy and quiet boy. So my parents in Italy, of course, they put me in a seminary. So not to become a priest, but in fact, for my chance, I met a priest in this seminary who was also a magician. And once, this magician priest gave me a book about Leopoldo Fregoli. Leopoldo Fregoli was one of the greatest illusionists of the 19th century. And in this book I found a wonderful quote, very curious for me at that moment, and was, "Non si può vivere senza trasformarsi." In English, you cannot live without transformations. And it's what I think, I believe in my real life. In my real life, I believe, in fact, that there is no life, in fact, without change. Et voilà. That's it, you see. And now, this is to explain. Now, I'm almost 60 now, you see. But I feel as young as ever because I think this little motto is quite true. The beginning of the art of metamorphosis is quite old. You know, it began with the Commedia dell'arte. The first actor that was seen on stage in Bologna to perform and to change different characters was Giovanni Gabrielli. This man was probably doing and changing masks. He was doing some gags that was fashionable in that time. For instance, Harlequin would jump into a trunk, followed by his creditors. They open the trunk, and in 2 seconds, Pulcinella comes out and runs away. So these kind of gags were very common for about 3-4 centuries until Mr. Leopoldo Fregoli, this famous Italian illusionist, decided to create a whole show dedicated to the art of metamorphosis, of quick changes and transformations. And for his life, he created many characters, many sketches. He became very famous all over the world. And then when I started to study his life, I couldn't find any material, any secret, any hint, you know, no drawings, no pictures, so I have to start everything from the scratch. So starting like this, in Turin, in 1979, I arrived in Paris. In Paris, I arrived with my truck and my 6 costumes. I was doing an act with 6 characters. And they took me right away. Not because I was the best one in the world, I was the only one. So quite easy back then. And from that moment, my journey in the world of metamorphosis started. And actually, this metamorphosis on stage changed me in real life. It was like the appearances, the work of appearances I was portraying just as a childish game somehow helped me in my real life. I was not afraid anymore. I accept my body, my face. I was courageous. I could reach my dream. And my motto then was to change the future using the past. Meaning, to take the old tradition and reinvent it. Everything can be reinvented. For instance, I have it here, an example. You know this hat is 400 years old. No, not actually this one, because it would stink much more. So this hat, the idea of it is about 4 centuries. And in 1607, Mr. Tabarrino left Italy, Milano, and went to Paris with this hat. And he performed as a comedian for over 30 years, a routine with his hat. I found it in an old book, and I tried to reinvent it, to revamp it, in a show that I dedicated to the world of cinema. So if you see it carefully, it's not a bathing suit for an exhibitionist. This is my grandfather's hat, let's say. If I was watching a movie on television, I would try to imitate all the characters. For instance, I was watching a movie with the Musketeer. There I was, D'Artagnan, one for all and all for one. Then I was watching a Western movie, and I was the Lone Ranger. And then Don Camillo, of course, we are in Italy, you remember Don Camillo. He's an Italian priest, very famous in the movie scene. And here he was, Don Camillo. Focus. And if Don Camillo in another movie was going to Rome to become a cardinal, no problem. I was Don Camillo Cardinale. And from Rome to Sevilla, Don Camillo becomes Escamillo, the mas grande torero de Carmen. Ole! You see, I tried to become an actor as well with this hat, you know, playing Arlequin. Arlequin, here it is. Buonasera, signor Paron, sono Arlequin Battoccio. And if I was watching an adventure movie, I believe myself being Lord Nelson. Or even more serious, Citizen Kane by Orson Welles. There I was, the lawyer. Yeah, now let's see, this one. I don't know, can be a pen or no. I know, it can be the Big Ben of London, like ding dong ding dong dong ding ding dong. And from London to Hollywood, I was Gloria Swanson in Sunset Boulevard. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. Yes, I know, there's always some intellectuals here at the TED conference. Now back to Italy. Sometimes when I was 15, I was dreaming to become a great Latin lover, like Casanova, and there it is, the good Casanova. Casanova. Now, I have a little guess for you. Who is this one? It's very easy. I know, yes. The old people would say Captain Hook, and the young kids would say Jack Sparrow. You know, that's the difference. But you see, with my hat, I can be old and ugly, like a pirate, but I can be as well cute like a baby of a cartoon movie, just like this, you know. Let's be serious. A serious character was, for instance, something that we were going to see during the Holy Week in Italy, in the television. There was a lot of movies about saint, and I was becoming to believe I was Santa Caterina. No, but, well, the most joyful moment in my day was to dream about doing the journey around the world of cinema in 80 seconds. And my journey always started in Russia, where I was the Cossack of the Scarlet Empress. And from Russia, let's go to Switzerland, where I was William Tell. Oh shit, I missed an apple. And then I was going to England, yes, Royal England, where I thought I was Prince Charles. Prince Charles riding. And now riding his horse. Yes, you understand English, I see. Back to Hollywood of the 50s, where sometimes I thought I was Elizabeth Taylor in Cleopatra. Oh, where's my drink? Or Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind. For the Italians in Not Porta Porta, it's Gone with the Wind. Fire! Don't worry about the fire. Here comes the fireman. The fire, who is as well the Seven Samurai. But when I was really inspired was then the greatest, of course, the greatest of the classical movie Waterloo. And there I was, Napoleon. Voila, 25 characters. You see, it goes quite fast, you know, like the world now. It goes faster and faster, always changing. And time is so precious now. And we want to live many different lives. And for each life, we need a mask, we need a costume. So I think we spend a lot of time in our day to create our look, to create ourselves a mask or like an armor to feel more courageous, to feel powerful. Imagine just, I don't know, the sunglasses of a policeman or the white collar of a priest. Or I don't know, the suit and the tie for a businessman. Just to become better, I know. But then you don't know where's the end of the mask and the beginning of the truth. You know, reality and illusion, the old dilemma. Actually, one of my mentors was Federico Fellini. Federico, the Italian movie director, yes, here winning the Oscar in 1993. In Federico Fellini movies, all the sets are fake. The sea is just a piece of floating silk, you know, huge floating silk with the stage and moving it. The snowstorm is done with paper confetti. So he's using theatrical artifice to create reality, and the result on the screen is fantastic because it gives a lot of space of imagination. So in some sense, evocation is better than just showing all like this, like a photo or like a painting or like just a witness. So evocation is better. Illusion is better than reality. I don't know if this is true, but the process is fantastic. Federico Fellini was a creative genius. I don't think I am a genius. I think my motto is creation is digestion. In the sense that I feed my little garden with culture, beauty, art, and I think my little garden of my brain will fruit some new ideas and some unexpected thoughts. I think it works for me. But to be creative, of course, is very exciting. It makes you feel like God. God in a good day of creation. Well, let's say the 5th day of creation. So on the 5th day of creation, God woke up and said, thank God it's Friday. No, actually he said, thanks to me it's Friday. But actually no, God said on the 5th day, let the water teem with the animals and let the birds fly over the earth and let them fly across the vault of the sky. Hello. It's painful. Forest. Ooh, la 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 la. Sorry. I just was taken by enthusiasm. Actually, I think it's always time to change and to transform old tradition. It's time to leave our old stuff behind us and find a new way. Just it's a moment to get rid of the old stuff. And I do this just to explain more to you. If you don't understand English, you understand now. So let's get rid of the old things and be prepared for new important stuff. That's maybe I was taken by too much enthusiasm. Okay. Give me just one little second, just one few seconds. Yes, right. Now, as I was saying, I always. This is déjà vu, of course. I always change my life so much, and especially on stage, of course. So I would like to present to you some of my transformation that cannot be done here in Pompeii. So if you don't mind, to share with me 1 minute of changes of transformation. Please, the movie. That's it. You see, Changing ourselves and changing the reality is a wonderful way of exploration, what can be done. And it's always time to renew ourselves. It's always time to live a new life and to upgrade our possibilities. And I ask you, please, to try to see the reality through a different eyes, not only for what it is, barely, but what it could be. Because sometimes very silly things, very usual and boring stuff like water and lights and paper, thanks to a new look, a new life, can really provoke unexpected emotions.
Qui dove il mare luccica e tira forte il vento, su una vecchia terrazza davanti al golfo di Sorrento, un uomo abbraccia una ragazza dopo che aveva pianto, poi si schierisse la voce e ricomincia il canto. Tanto bene sai, è una catena ormai, e scioglie il sangue dentro bene sai. Sentì il dolore nella musica, si alzò dal pianoforte, ma quando vide la luna uscire da una nuvola, gli sembrò più dolce anche la morte. Guardò negli occhi la ragazza, quegli occhi verdi come il mare, poi all'improvviso uscì una lacrima e lui credette di affogare. Te voglio bene assai, ma tanto bene sai, è una catena ormai, e scioglie il sangue di bene sai.
Grazie, thank you. Thank you again.